Hello everyone, this is my first tutorial video. Hopefully it helps someone out there who has similar issue that I had with my heating furnace. I have a comfort maker, but pretty much they're all the same in a different model, kind of same functions and parts. So the issue I was having was my heater would turn on, but it would shut off like immediately after turning on. But when I opened this up and kind of paid close attention to it to see what was happening, was that my this inducer fan would kick off, and the flame will start. I mean, the igniter switch will light up. The flame will come through here, and it will run for like 2 seconds, and then turn off immediately. It would do this like 2-3 times, and then automatically shut off. Like, I guess that's more of a safety thing. But anyways, just to give you a background how this works is this right here is my connection from the thermostat. Okay, before you do any work on it, just to be careful, make sure to power off electricity to this thing. And my switch is up there, and you can see that wire coming here, the power wire going in here. So I turned it off from there. This is good to do. Anyways, the way this works is that you have thermostat wires coming over here. So when you put up heat on your thermostat, it sends a signal here. This in turns, the control board right here sends a signal to the inducer fan. This is the first thing that comes on, and then from here on, there's like a gas valve pressure switch, so it sends a signal to this gas connection here. The ignition switch lights up, and then the flame comes through these holes, and there's a flame sensor right there that detects the flame, and as long as there's a flame, the gas is coming and it's running. But in my situation, this was turning off as soon as it would come on. So the first thing I did, and most people recommend it online, was check the flame sensor, make sure it's clean. And over the years, I never changed it, but it developed some buildup of carbon and needs to be cleaned. But in order to clean it, you got to be very careful with it. Use some kind of ivory cloth, or like very thin. You don't want to do it with sandpaper, but very like something that won't scratch it but clean it. Like yeah, you use a dollar bill, and just be gentle with it. You don't want to put any scratches on it. So anyway, I cleaned the flame sensor, thinking maybe it was dirty and it's not detecting the flame and it's turning off. But that didn't fix the problem, and I ended up ordering a new flame sensor, which is like $7-8 on Amazon. But that wasn't the issue, because that didn't fix it. But then what happened is that I wouldn't even get that flame no more, because it took like a day or two, and I was just still troubleshooting it, turning it on and off. So what would happen was just the inducer motor would come on, and it would turn off like automatically, like nothing would happen. So what happens overall is that when you turn the heat in your house, it sends a signal from here to there, right? This turns on, that lights up, the flame comes, it senses the flame, and then this blower motor starts, which kind of spreads the air through the rest of your house. So what I ended up replacing was, I was troubleshooting. I thought maybe the signal is coming to the motor, but the motor is wrong or dirty, and there's this little pipe that goes from here to here. Sometime make sure, okay, I took it out to make sure this was not clogged, or maybe I thought something was wrong with the motor, that it wasn't, it was turning off. So I tried a different inducer motor in there. It's not difficult to take out. You have these screws around here, and you have like 2 screws into the pipe, but it took a little wiggling, but you could replace it. But anyways, that wasn't the issue, because I didn't hear any noise or any bearing in it, and it was working okay. So at the end, there's a blinking light on this, so I'm going to push this button, which turns it off for safety when you remove the panel. But I'm going to push this on to turn it back on, and you will see that light right there. So it's booting up right now. But if there's an issue with your furnace, you would see that light blinking and giving you like code. Right now it's kind of solid, turning on, but it would blink, and the number of times that it blinks means a different thing. So if it blinks 3 times, mine was blinking like 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then it would stop for a second or two and then blink again. So that way I knew that that's like code 3, and you can look up on your manufacturer website and the code will give you more detail as to what that code is for. So, and anyway, in my case it was blinking 3 times, and there's various troubleshooting steps to check for, but at the end I had to replace this control board because that was the faulty. I guess it was turning off the inducer motor or losing power to it. So I took it out, bought a new one, put it in, and everything started working. And it's not that difficult to do. First thing, make sure this is powered off, and then you have these connections. Take some good pictures of it from all the wiring, and then you can somehow hold the old one here, and as you disconnect, you can connect it to the new one. That's what I did. I kind of held the new one here and disconnected like one of the wire at the time, as I was disconnecting it from the old one, connecting it to the new one. And that fixed the problem. There's a screw on the top, and there's I think a screw on the bottom, or it kind of slides into it. There's a holding thing inside that blower motor for the board. So now I'm just going to give you a little demo to see what happens when the furnace starts or there's a heat signal. Right. Hey, Ibra, can you turn up the heat thing 2 degrees? Thank you. So now my son is going to turn up the heat. Let's do like 2-3 degrees. Put it up. Inducer fan turns on. Next, the ignition switch is gonna light up, which is right there on the right side. And if you want to change these flame sensor or the ignition, there's just one screw on it. So this is how much your ignition switches light up. A little rod in there that will signal the gas. And the flame turns on. So previously I had an issue where this would turn off immediately. Alright. The flame is blowing. Now the blower motor will turn on, which is down here, the big one. Hear the click. Yep. So that's the sequence of things that happens. I'm holding this button right here, which is that safety button that turns it on and off. But while working on this, I had some tape on this to not have to hold my hand. So you can put some tape on it if you're troubleshooting yours. Anyway guys, I hope this helps somebody out there troubleshooting their furnace issue. As I said, just to recap, I had issue where my flame would turn on, but it would turn off immediately after turning on. The control panel right there was displaying error code 3, which is like 3 blinks, and in order to troubleshoot it, I replaced the flame sensor. I put a new one in, but that wasn't the issue. I also replaced the ignition switch, thinking that wasn't lighting enough, and those could be the issue in your case. There's a one screw on it to make sure this thing is powered off and cool, and then you take it off. You clean it with a dollar bill, the sensor, and when you take it out, just make sure you don't scratch it against anything. You don't want to get any dirt or scratches in there. It will corrode the body over time. But after replacing the control board down here, which I was able to obtain for like 150 bucks online, it's back to normal. Everything is functioning. So if anyone else having issue, I hope this helps you guys. I'm just doing this because I found some useful things online and want to return the favor. Thank you very much.